afternoon, well, late afternoon, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. So we're going to go over the charts of XRP real quick. Like I always say, if you don't like XRP, well, you should get those walking boots on, put them on, and get the fuck out of my room. You guys don't have to like it, but if you're in here to mock XRP or make fun of people or just don't understand what XRP actually is, well, you know, the exit's to the left and right and straight forward. So, one thing I'm not going to do is tickle your balls. Before we get into the XRP chart, the very first thing I want to do is look at XLM real quick. So, XLM, as you can see, when it broke out of the trend, we came way up. And we've been talking about XLM up to the 34 cent was our prediction. It did go a little bit higher than the 34 cent mark. It actually hit 35. So now in the 4 hour, you can see that we've come way up. I'm going to delete this FUD. We've come way up. But now we go to the daily so we can see the whole picture. In the daily, it's still trying to figure itself out. If we go into the 1 minute, which is the important part right now, you can see we consolidated down. And now the only this is where it gets tricky. Do we really think it's going to do anything from here? It hit our targets. I personally wouldn't be, unless you think it's going to double top up at 35, which is possible. It could come back up here. That's what we're looking at XRP. But it's very dangerous and the ideal time to buy for all of these, because to me it looks like a traditional double top. I can't help the way it looks. To me it looks like it's going to pull a traditional, like you're going to come up like that. That's what it looks like, or just a straight up. And it's going to create something like that, which would give it the ability to come down, make this wide base, and then just outright fall through the fucking floor. Because it's a wide structure just to have a head right there on the top of that kind of shoulder pattern. That's a wide base. But when you look at XLM, I can tell you something that's about to pop off like this. The reason I keep pointing at HBAR, look at XLM's pattern real quick, especially in these regions, ladies and gentlemen. And then the drop. What happened right after that? You get HBAR. You got a whole big region of consolidation, a little bit of a drop. HBAR is the one that still hasn't had that extended head yet. So that's the one that I have eyes on. That's the one that when it was at 23.3 or 21.3, I told you was the sweet spot in my opinion if it was going to make a run. I did my the way I always do things. I took a gamble, and this time I decided, all right, well, if I'm going to take this gamble, I've got $5,050 in my account. The first thing I did was went to the ATM, took $400 out. I know it sounds stupid, but if it goes to where I think it's going to go, when I bought it at 21.3, that shouldn't be an issue. So if it becomes an issue, I've got a $200 leverage that I'm going to go against myself. And if it were to come down to like 0.207, I'd be out. Fortunately, from where I bought it, it's gone, it only went down to 0.211. I didn't buy it at the bottom, but I caught it on the way pretty close to right at the bottom. So like I said, I'm looking for a move into the sweet spot as the balls show you. Might as well just finish it off, draw the penis. Well, that's like a cherry, and I got cherries. So, but I really think, it's funny, I think this, at least it's getting in there somewhere. With the way all these other patterns have moved, this needs to come up. That's what's leading me to believe that Bitcoin's not exactly, we're not going to get it right away. But at the same time, guys, this is very dangerous. I'm expecting this. Well, not expecting. I'd say this is, like I said earlier, a 45% chance to happen, 55% chance for this not to happen. That's why I kept saying 21.3 is the sweet spot. So when I cashed out the 400, bought in. Or no, I didn't cash out 400. I cashed out 600. Or no, what was it? 500? Something like that. I think 500. Because I bought myself an ounce of weed today, and then I wanted to put a few dollars in the safe. So yeah, I doubled what I bought in weed. So I took out 500. My apologies. I try to stay as transparent as possible. And then I was able to buy, this was the point. I took it out. I wanted to buy 20,000 HBAR and still have $100 and something left on the side. Just to say I covered my in and out cost. So, and that's exactly what happened. So I have 20,000 HBAR at 0.213. I just, that's what I was saying. That's why I said that's the sweet spot, and that's what I was looking for. So it's your decision to make up your mind. Obviously, a lot of you guys were messaging me, and I told you, if we're going to make a decision, it's got to be around the mark where it was at 0.213. Right now, it's very risky, because what if it comes down back to 213? So, if this all goes right, I would have been able to pay myself the $500 and then obviously get it back. If this all goes wrong, well, obviously, then I'm going to lose a couple $100 more on the out fees and the down that it would go. But it's a gamble I'm willing to take, only because I knew I bought in at a perfect spot. And it was going to give me some room to wiggle here. So now it's, I just say that because it's in this similar pattern, and I've been patient with it. So I finally used some patience and didn't FOMO in at 23.1. I said, all right, let's let this pattern come down. And I finally, I told you guys, wait and see what it does at 22.8. And then we would figure it out if it was going to ride it. And we nailed it perfectly the way it did it. So now it's the question of XLM. Is it going to come back up and double top? Which it looks like it has to. This pattern this looks way too big. Just have a head come down like this and finish it out. That would look really weird. That would be so basically what would happen here is if it stayed this tiny, this is what it would, you'd have a head this tiny when it comes down, and then it'd come out to the shoulder. To me, that just doesn't even seem right. Unless it was coming down to come back up, and who knows. But right now it looks like a shoulder, and who knows, maybe it could go up a little bit. But I think it's got to at least come up and double top. That's what I think is more likely, that we're going to see something like that, and then more like the Batman top. So we came down to the low support, probably liquidated everybody who was in the position, and then you get the people who come in for a quick run. But that's really what it looks like to me, because you get a stable off period here and then it would come up. That's what I was trying to say yesterday with XRP. So it's come down, you get the stable, you come up here, and then you come back down. I could totally see that happening. And that's the scenario I'm trying to play for HBAR. If that happened with HBAR, at worst, we'd have a pump up to at least 24.2. But if it caught some, some wind because it hasn't had its big pump, you could somehow end up in the 25 to 27 range, in my opinion. And then if you had a scenario where it was like, holy shit, HBAR's pumping, and it got up there at 28, because it's too separated from the pack, it has not made, look how steady that is. To me, that looks like, when we're looking at this, and above it was the top down, as you guys know. This looks like, honestly, or we pull it out here, and this could just be one left shoulder for HBAR. I'm being dead serious with this. Is on a bull flag as well. That's why I'm so interested in HBAR right now. That's a bull flag, a long-standing bull flag, if it decides to run it the right way. I mean, this thing's ready to just break the fuck out. And if you look at the points, it's got a long, if it breaks out the right way, like I was saying with the top down, this is indicating like there could be a big move. Just like I was saying with the other ones, there's a move in store. And the one that I would run on is this one, and I did at 21.3. But obviously, every time it goes up a little bit, it gets become more dangerous. But this is all indicative, guys. If Bitcoin, that's it in the daily. But that's also in the 4 hour, if Bitcoin wants to run over like this and do what I was saying, and just simply come up and keep running this top. Because that's a huge, it almost feels like it's tricking us right now, and it's going to go up like this to 47.5, and then that would be the ultimate top. Like, hey, I'm kind of like the little second head on the side. Now we got to create the right head. But remember, with Bitcoin, we have an overstanding target where we thought it could get to 47.5K. 46.650 was our sweet spot, as it turned out on our zone. But it was indicating a 47.5 upper push could be, if it were to hold the support on the way back down. So that's what we're watching for right now. So if you're taking gambles, be careful. I did a wide variety of things just now. And XRP, like I said, it's that same scenario we're covering. It came down just like we thought. It tapped our line, basically tapped it. That's close enough when you're talking about a scenario like this. It basically came down within a penny of what we were talking about from $1.08 or $1.10. So that was a nice retracement of about 10% from the top, if not a little bit more. We went from $1.10 to 91.5, 92 cents roughly. So actually, that was the bigger retracement than that. That was like a 16% retracement that somebody could have got caught in. That's what I was saying yesterday, why I was saying sell and take the profits. But watch for this double top scenario. So T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire, the side by an XLM and Future DG OG. I know this was a lot on HBAR, a lot on XLM, some on XRP. If you guys want to join Tom's Army, links in the description. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet and you're new, please help me in this our road to 3,000 subscribers. We're at 2,964 subscribers to the channel, which means we only need 36 more subscribers. Let's see if possibly we can get it by the end of today. Stay true, stay blessed.